Welcome to Quran for Humanity. Here we discuss various topics about the Quran. Today we will discuss how can we know God. Mankind is mainly divided into two groups. One who believe in God and those who do not believe in God. There are few who are undecided. Every group has multiple explanations and the arguments about the existence of God or non-existence of God. Yet, most of the people, irrespective of the fact that to which group they belong, are keen to explore and find more details about God. As for those who believe in God, we find vast variety of worshippers. Some people worshipping in an invisible God, some are worshipping stones, trees, rivers, sun, moon, stars, animals. Many are revering living mortal humans and consider them as gods, while some are worshipping a deity through the medium of an idol. There are some who worship fire as God. Some people are worshipping God as one, while others are worshipping one God in three persons. There are people who worship multiple incarnations of one God. Some are worshipping multiple gods and goddesses, while some insist just being a good human is essential and that is sufficient for them. There is no need for God, just like Buddhists. There are few who do not follow any religion but believe in some superpower, and they have different notions for this power or entity. They also say this is sufficient. It is sufficient to be a good human. With the explosion of science and technology, a new class has emerged. They don't believe in existence of God. They ask for the proof of God. They say man thinks of God because of superstitions or out of weakness of mankind against forces of nature. So ultimately we have multiple points of view, multiple descriptions and images of God. All this together create a very complex and confusing scenario, and question arises, how to know, is there a God? And if there is a God, how to recognize real God? To find the answer about God, we cannot resort to just assumptions, conjectures, or some mythical tales. We must refer to authentic source, and the most authentic source is the Quran. Quran is the revelation from God Himself. It is unaltered and it is free of human interventions. So we will see what Quran says about God. One may also refer to other religious books or any other book to find out what they say about the God and compare it with the Quran, and one will quickly realize the truth. Quran says God has been there since eternity. He is creator and sustainer of everything in the universe. He is in full control of affairs of the universe. He is our creator and creator of everything in this universe. He gave us life. He created death, and we will return to Him after death. In multiple verses of the Quran, it is said that He gave us life to test us, to see who believe in Him and do good deeds in this life. There is a lot to know about God, and there are multiple ways of knowing God. But today we will discuss some basic facts about the knowing God from the Quran. The first fact: every human is born with inbuilt intuition about the God. Every human has innate urge to connect with the God. He has the quest of the meaning, of the purpose, and that's why we find every human has inner calling. This calling leads him to search of God. At the same time, our heart has inbuilt capacity to differentiate between right and wrong. If something is wrong, our hearts will tell us this is not right. So it is important to be aware of our inner calling. This fact has been mentioned in the verse number 30 of chapter number 30. In the verse is like this: adhere to fitra, that is inbuilt nature, of Allah upon which He has created all people. Though lot of people ignore this inner calling for various reasons. Second thing, there is nothing in this world which we humans have ever seen or imagined. Therefore, we should not try to visualize God as per our assumptions or whims or our experiences. Rather, seek the guidance of the right knowledge about God. God is similar to nothing, and nothing is comparable to Him in this world. God is beyond all forms of our limited perception and expressions. This fact has been mentioned in verse number 11 of chapter number 42, and the verse is like this: He is creator of the heavens and the earth. He has made for you from yourselves mates, and among the cattle mates. He multiplies you thereby. There is nothing like unto Him. He is the hearing, the seeing. One more interesting fact is this: knowing our own self is a big step towards knowing God. If we become indifferent about God, God will make us to forget how important our status as a human is. We will lose the sight of our purpose, and we will just be busy with fulfilling our physical needs. So, what is knowing our own self? It's paying attention to our souls and not just bodies. We have our souls, our conscience. We must pay attention to it and think over it. Listen to our inner calls. We must realize the importance of being a human, to know our place and our responsibilities in relation to every living and non-living creations in this universe. Mankind is the apex of God's creation, and we must ponder over this and feel this. This comes with some efforts. We need to spare some time and do some reflections. Get rid of love of wealth and material of the world, as well as pride and ego. It is easy to know God when our heart is clean. This fact has been mentioned in the verse number 19 of chapter number 59. And the verse is like this: and be not like those who forgot Allah, so He made them forget themselves. We need to ask ourselves hard questions like who we are, from where we are, from where we came, and where we are going. Why I am here? We must pay attention to our inner calls, inner urging, inner queries. Do not ignore them in the rush for worldly activities. Knowing God can make us full of tranquility. The more we know God, the more we can be filled with the contentment. We can know God and we can enjoy our life more. As everything that happens around us will make sense to us. And this is also the proof of God. This is how we can know God. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell sign so that you get notifications for all the future videos. May peace and guidance be upon entire humanity.